Hi, and welcome back to another video. I'm not reading today. Instead, I will be making another wax seal since there's a few more letters I want to send out. Let me adjust this thing real quick. Okay, so I did kind of make I wouldn't say a mistake, but it's not something I want to do again. So I don't know if you remember, but I had 2 envelopes last time I did one of these. Well, here's a seal that I did on that one. I had made a video, but it was not structured per se. Like, I kind of went into it blind because I didn't really have a topic specifically I wanted to talk about. So that one didn't really go as well, so I don't think I'm gonna upload that one. But here's the seal. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know why the quality is so trash right now. It's a tree. I'm not sure I like the colors I picked for this, but I digress anyways. So we're gonna start again. I have notes here. So what I wanted to talk about today is the general atmosphere of your typical church. So for me, right? I guess I better clean this while I'm talking. You know the drill. Clean off the spoon, you know. I'll only make sure the plate's here so I can get any extra and save it. So, right. What was I saying? Right. The general atmosphere of the church. So, by atmosphere and general church, I just mean any church, because I don't really go to church anymore. I used to. And I have a few things. I'm not against the church by any means at all. You know, you can go to church for fellowship, and that's really good. Like, church is really good for a lot of people. The majority of my family goes to church, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just me personally. I find it to be more personal if I just do it from my own home and my own privacy kind of thing. And I don't really identify with any denomination anymore. I kind of grew up with a mix between Catholic and Baptist. Some of my family's Catholic, some of them Baptist. My mom, she started going to a Baptist church. And I have to say, for personal opinion, let me see if this will come off real quick. Come on. From a personal standpoint, I kind of resonated a lot better actually, with the Baptist, because I feel like there's nothing. I'm not against Catholicism. I'm not against it at all, but I just feel like it's a lot stricter than it needs to be. Let me adjust this really quick. So just sit here. I'm not against the Catholic Church, like I said. You go to church, you're a Catholic, that's good. I'm glad you're going to church. Like, people need a relationship with God. However, I think church in general, at least for me, took a little more focus away, because I was more focused on, like, well, is this denomination's rules, like, especially for like a Catholic church, there was a lot of different things like you had to focus on. And baptism, or like, not baptism, but a Baptist church felt freer, if that makes sense. Like, I personally believe it's more faith-based, you know? I don't think you should focus on works or where you go to worship. I think you need to focus on the personal relationship you have with Jesus in general. Like, I think that's the most important thing. Because if you don't, it's not gonna be good. You need a good relationship with him, you know? Mine's not perfect, but I mean, I don't think anybody's is. That's the beauty of this show. Oops, sorry. I'm gonna heat it up a little more and then I'm gonna wipe it off. I got what I could off of it. But yeah, I think the general atmosphere kind of, okay, it does differentiate between churches, because no church is the exact same as the last, you know. They all have their own different people, different personalities, different ways they do things, different communities, just different atmosphere in general, like I said. I think some churches, like the really big ones, I think a lot of them lose focus on Jesus and become more and more materialistic. But that's just a personal opinion. You can tell me what you think in the comments about that. And if you go to a huge church, what is it like? Because me personally, I went to it was a decent sized church. Like, it was big, but it wasn't like really big. Like, it wasn't, it wasn't like TD Jake's church big. Nothing like that. Yeah, so I grew up mainly Baptist. And when I went there, when I got saved, I actually didn't feel any different when I first got saved. And it really frustrated me because everyone told me they felt different when they got saved. So I got saved, quote unquote, saved multiple times, trying to like see if I'd get a different result, because maybe, and I was young, I was like, maybe I didn't do it right. I was worried. But no, it's not about how it really feels physically, it's more about your faith. And maybe that's why he didn't really let me feel any certain real type of way. I think it's because it's more of a test of my faith. Maybe I should take that as a compliment, that he would trust me to just go with him even if I didn't feel some magical physical change that some people will describe. And I've seen it too. One time I went to church camp, this dude got saved in front of me. This man fell on the floor and like just started crying and losing it. Like, I guess he was saying he like felt really free, he was excited. He looked like, I don't even know. It's kind of difficult to describe exactly how he looked. But that was crazy. Anyways, all right, this is clean. One day I need to get me a stand. All right, let me get almost dropped that. All right, pop this off. Oh, such a satisfying noise. No, this is not going to be an ASMR channel, so don't even think about it. Don't even think about asking. All right, I'll just scrape the rest off later. Alright, get over there. Now, one of my favorite parts is to pick what colors and what stamp we're going to use. Currently, this one is attached. Do you remember this one? But this is not what we are going to use. The tree is out, but I already used that one, so I'm not going to use it again. Not yet. I like to kind of mix up which stamps I use, because, you know, it's nice to change things up every now and then. I need to get a Godzilla stamp. That'd be really funny. Stampy, stampy, stampy. Okay, that's the mushroom one. Let's see, I got this one. It's like roses. I know it's kind of hard to see. I do not know why the quality of this is so trash. Mountains and like a forest. Looks pretty cool. Oh, it looks like a G, but that's supposed to be a C. And then an A. I need to get the rest of the letters. I could go with, where is it? I kind of want to go with the freaking mountains. Yeah. Oh, I think I know exactly the color combination I want with that, actually. Nice, it's all coming together. If you haven't watched The Emperor's New Groove, you're wrong. Like, just completely wrong. You need to reevaluate your life. You need to go watch it. Like, for real, for real. No cap. Oh, I just made myself cringe with that. I put all these back in the bag. I've already used the mushrooms. In the bag. There we go. Cool. Stamp selected. Alright, do I need to remark this? I think I'm going to need to remark that. I don't know if you remember, but it's good to mark the bottom of your... Frick, where's my marker? I guess I'll use the silver. It's good to mark where the bottom of your stamp is, so that way you don't get it, you don't stamp it upside down. And so it doesn't look all wonky when you do it. Sorry, I dropped you. There we go. Alright. And I think, like I said, I have an idea of the color combo I want to use. I feel like this candle has had it, but I will try to use it anyway. Don't like wasting around here. Time to select the wax. I'm thinking for a forest, you know, foresty green. Do I have a forest green? Oh, I do. It's like my favorite shade of green is forest green. 2. Then for the sky, I'm thinking a blue with a white. Oh, 2 whites. Okay. Another blue. Okay, okay. What do you think? Good color combo? Because this will be like the sky and the mountains. This will be for the forest. Now I gotta organize it a certain way inside the stamp spoon. Make sure the green hits first, and then the blue and the white hit last. Okay, good. Where's my lighter? Hopefully I won't burn myself. Are y'all staying warm? I know it's winter. Ooh, I might have to set you back down. I don't want to break this. Hopefully y'all are staying nice and toasty. Because it is chilly. There we go. Wax deployed. Or wax spoon deployed. Where'd the envelope go? Oh geez, where is it? Oh gosh. There it is. Oh, don't set anything on fire. Make sure that's correctly placed. Okay. That is good. Sick. Anyways, as I was saying, I don't go to any church now because I really just focus on my personal relationship with Jesus and reading the Bible. I don't get all the different denominations. I don't want to diss them or anything, but it's just like, you guys all have these different ways and different interpretations and whatnot. Just focus on Jesus and the Bible. That's it. Like, it's that simple. Like, there wasn't a huge, like, giant mega churches and whatnot back in his day. People just walked around and followed him. That's all he wanted, right? I guess. I don't know. These are my notes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, general church atmosphere. Oh, music and praise. See, this is why it's important to have a structure. And coffee. Another thing I did... This is probably just me. I've had this discussion with a few of my friends. And they were iffy on how I thought about it. I guess I could see why it's wrong to think, but let me get to the point. In church, you know, they have the praise at the beginning of the worship where you sing and all that and have the music or whatever. I really think if churches played like different music, it'd be so much more fun for worship. Like, I don't know, it was always such a drag to me because they always play these really old classic worship songs. Not to like hate on them, like they're pretty and they sound nice, but I don't want to dance or worship to that. I just want to go to sleep or like talk to him in private. Maybe I'm just a private person in general. But oh, that's actually melting really nice. Look, green on bottom, blues and white. Nice. Nice. Anyways, I remember I had this one experience. I attended this one service, and they were playing Lauren Daigle songs. That was so fun. I love some of her songs. Like, I love her worship songs. Like, and it was like, it was dancing and stuff, and we were like, it was great. Like, just some modern worship or modern Christian music. Like, for instance, The River by Jordan Feliz, or Phillies. I feel like I'm saying his name wrong. Frick. But The River is like a freaking, it makes me want to dance, you know? It makes me want to worship Jesus, worship God, you know? It's so nice. Like, I don't know, if you've never heard The River by Jordan, I would totally recommend it. It's a good song. Very upbeat, very hype, if you will. And I know church isn't really about the flashiness and the hype or whatever, but like, you know, it makes you want to get excited about Jesus before you get into the Word. I don't want to have to feel like I want to fall asleep. Maybe that's why they would force us to stand during worship, because that's so mean of me. I just don't like the classic old Christian music as worship music in the beginning. I just don't like it. I think if churches got a little more modernized in their music, it would be better. And like, I think it'd attract more younger generations. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't want to diss it, but like, you know, try something new, try something different. I think, like, there's The River by Jordan Feliz, and then there is, not fleas like the bug, but Phillies, something like that. Frick, I should probably stop. That's a good one. There is Who Am I? That's a really good one. I really love that one. That one's like, who am I to be loved by you? And by you, it means by God. Like, who are we to earn any of his affection? We're nothing, you know? So it's such a good song, in my opinion. Like, the modern Christian, like some of the more modernish Christian music, because like those have been out for a few years now, but still, they're great. I like to focus on my personal relationship, and that's why I don't really go to a church anymore. I went to a few in the past couple years, and the people are nice. I don't hate any of the people, though this one church I went to recently was a little weird. Is it bubbling yet? I can't tell. No, it's not bubbling just yet. I'm going to give it a little more time. I really hope the white doesn't overpower everything. Hopefully not, right? Well, if I pour it correctly, I shouldn't worry. I shouldn't have to worry. Need to make like a little indentation here, so that way the wax doesn't. What am I kidding? It's probably gonna go everywhere anyway. I need one of those like little wax molds, so like you put it here and then you pour the wax and it takes the shape. That'd be cool. I might use too much wax to use one of those though. But anyways, back to what I was saying. But yeah, the last church I went to was kind of weird. Like, they were speaking in tongues, but not really. It's like they were forcing it, and it was kind of weird to me. Like, I don't know, it was kind of weird to me, kind of awkward. But the people, they were nice. Like, they weren't like, it wasn't cultish or anything. It wasn't like bad. They were good people, and they accepted me, and I think that's awesome, you know. is a good Christian way. Like you accept people but not the sins kind of thing, you know? Anyways, it's almost time. I'm gonna make it go up a little bit this way so that way the white doesn't overpower it too much. Right, it's starting to smoke, so I should probably do it. All right. Ready? Oh, let me make sure my thing's... Okay, it's ready, Gosh darn it. It did overpower it. Well, that's okay. I'm sure it'll turn out really pretty regardless. Now put the stamp on it. Very nice. I think it'll turn out beautiful regardless. It didn't turn out quite the way I was hoping for, but I probably just don't know the correct way to pour it for that result. I'll keep learning though. This is fun. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the general church, and do you go to one? Like, do you go to a church, and how is it? Because I've been to some good churches back in my day. You know, back in my day. I sound like I'm 80 years old. No. Yeah, tell me how your church experience was. For me, it's kind of been a mixed bag. Some of them were cool, some of them were meh. Some of them, I was like, yeah, it's not really for me. I don't know. I think I just like going solo with Jesus, you know? Like, a community's nice, like a fellowship is nice, but it's good to have I think it's more important to have a personal relationship with him than focusing on all the bells and whistles, you know? Sometimes it's confusing, like sometimes I'm worried I'm not doing it right, but actually the person I'm writing this letter to is actually kind of the same way as me. They don't really go to church because they focus on their personal relationship regardless. But yeah, I'm kind of glad I had at least somewhat, if you can call this a structure. It's something. Because the last one, I went in with no plan, and it kind of fell apart. Even the seal didn't turn out really the way I wanted it to. But hopefully this will turn out better. I like the colors. Even if they did mix up more than I wanted them to. If you guys know, or if anyone knows of any tips for pouring wax, I know I could Google it, but I think it's nice to ask people for assistance. So if you have any ideas of ways I can pour it, maybe let me know. I really enjoy doing these. I could just be rambling now. I don't know. I appreciate you for being here to listen to me ramble. I think the general church is good for people who want to be with other people to worship God with, but I don't think it's good to focus on the church and the denomination itself, if that makes sense. Like Catholic, I gotta do this. Or even Baptist, we gotta be this way or this way. It's like, I don't know. I like to call myself just a follower of Jesus, just a Christian. And when they say, hey, what's your denomination? I don't really have one. I'm kind of non-denominational, I guess, if that's even a real category. Because I don't even go to a church, and I know there's like churches that have no denomination. But at that point, you might as well just worship at home like I'm doing. I don't know. I also think a lot of churches a lot of them tend to drag. It's hard to explain. So a lot of churches don't like to talk about the hard stuff. Like the things you'd go to hell for, you know, like why you'd go to hell. And they don't want to talk about you need to repent. Or some of them don't. It's like, just believe and you'll be fine. Just ask for forgiveness and you'll be fine. But you need to be actively trying to be a better Christian, to be a better follower. Not just, well, I'm going to just do this and then I'll ask for forgiveness later. And it'll be fine. And even though he will forgive you, you shouldn't be abusing the system in that manner. That's not a very good thing to do as a Christian at all. I don't like churches that just kind of tiptoe around the hard topics. Like, you gotta tell them this. You gotta tell them the way it is. And the last church I really went to with my mom was really good, actually. The preacher, or the pastor, he would lay it out. Like, if you don't do this, you're not gonna make it. If you keep acting a certain way, if you keep doing this or living a certain lifestyle, you know, you're just done. You gotta police yourself and actively try and be a better Christian, a better person. Obviously, works in themselves aren't going to get you to heaven. You gotta follow Jesus Christ. That's what matters. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't just say, well, I'm going to do this and then ask for forgiveness and that's the kind of Christian I am. That's not good. Don't do that. So that was a really good church that I went to. But I haven't gone in a long time. And I just prefer doing it on my own, I guess. Alright, let's see. I think it's dry now. Let me Okay, yeah, I think it's good. Click. Okay. You can see the moon, the mountains. I don't know why the quality is still kind of like bad. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. I liked how this turned out. You can see the moon right there, the trees, and then the mountain. I like to add like little drops as decoration too. And it also helps seal the letter a little better. Bars. Yeah. Good seal. I just don't know why the quality isn't very good anymore. Like the last video I made wasn't good either. Like the quality, I don't know what's going on. Maybe my camera's just blurry. Maybe there's just something on. It's not much better. Spin. Anyways, stay warm. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have a beautiful day. I may post a Bible reading today, probably. I've got nothing to do today, so why not, right? Anyways, have a good rest of your day or night or whenever you're watching this.